Today on CCX News, cell phones in schools. A local school district considers a policy that keeps students focused on the classroom instead of their screens. According to teachers, cell phones and other personal devices can be a constant distraction for today's young learners. Now, the Osseo School Board is considering a policy that would allow schools to confiscate phones if they're too big a distraction. The school board heard a first reading of the proposed policy this week. The first draft would ban elementary and middle school students from using phones during the school day. High school students would have limited phone use during passing time and lunch. If students break those rules, their phones could be confiscated. After multiple offenses, a student could be banned from bringing a phone on school grounds, or staff could hold the phone throughout the day. Some students and parents, however, have concerns.
A lot of times you'll hear about safety concerns, and even with parents, the safety concern, that's where they're like, but we want cell phones available for what if.
If the policy is approved next month, it wouldn't go into effect for all schools until fall of next year. In Brooklyn Park, police are investigating a case of shots fired. Police say they were called at 10 o'clock Tuesday night to the Fountains in the Park apartments. Officers found evidence of gunfire. Police say no one was injured and there was no property damage. The incident remains under investigation. A sign near a proposed light rail stop must come down, according to a vote this week by the Robbinsdale City Council. A banner opposing light rail appears on a fence in front of a home. Robbinsdale City Code does not allow large signs and banners in residential neighborhoods. The owner had appealed the code violation, saying the city's ordinance is vague. Robbinsdale Mayor Bill Blonigan and other council members agreed that the ordinance is clear.
I find that at this particular time, in my mind, now the sign is particularly not only in violation, but irrelevant, because it's addressing something that's already happened, albeit there's dissatisfaction.
Of course, state law does allow political signs, but they must be taken down 10 days after an election. In this case, city staff opted to allow the illegal banner until after the light rail vote was taken. A slew of new homes are being built in the northwest part of Maple Grove, but there's one particular home that will soon be under construction, which will help to benefit a good cause. I had a chance to learn all about it.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today.
New home construction doesn't normally generate much fanfare, but this isn't just a normal home build.
We gather for events like these in an effort to further the life-saving mission of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Wednesday morning, dozens gathered in northwest Maple Grove to celebrate a construction project based on hope and, above all else, generosity.
All of the suppliers and all of our subcontractors, they're going to be donating time, donating materials, the developer donating, a portion of the land. It's such a great team effort, and we're really honored, really excited about that.
Andover-based Hanson Builders partnered with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital on a program to build what will be Minnesota's first St. Jude Dream Home Showplace.
We find a builder who gets the lot donated and works with local vendors to get as much of the materials donated as possible. And then they sell the home on the open market, and then the net proceeds go to support the children at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
This home, which should be complete next year, is estimated to sell on the open market for $1.6 million. The money will help ensure that a child diagnosed with pediatric cancer never receives a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food.
It's a symbol of hope. It's a symbol of community members coming together to make a real difference for children battling cancer and other life-threatening diseases. As a Maple Grove Council member, it fills me with pride to see this incredible project coming to life in our city.
An incredible project that's fitting as we enter the season of giving.
It says a lot to their support and their commitment to supporting causes like this. So we're just incredibly grateful.
Construction of the home should be complete by September. It will then be showcased in the 2025 Fall Parade of Homes. A New Hope choral group has been singing in the community for 60 years. Reporter Emily Haugen shares the key to their success.
Good afternoon. afternoon. Thank you so much for inviting us here today. We are so happy to be able to share our music with you.
When walking the halls of a Northwest Suburban Senior Center, there is a chance you might hear a room filled with song.
When they bring in the singers and the music, it changes everybody and it makes them happy. And I think that's fantastic.
Sandy Formo, a resident at Tradition Senior Living, is enjoying the gift of music.
I just praise them because I think they need it so badly.
Provided by the Treble Tones Women's Chorus and directed by Tyler Vidal.
It's always fun to have as many things as you can have to connect to as many people as possible.
Vidal credits the group's longevity to its members. Even through the pandemic, he says they showed up. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. That consistency was important to 43-year choir member Sherry Ondich.
You get to practice and you're with all your friends. It makes coming out in the cold worth it. And it raises your spirits.
For me, what's going to keep me coming back is just the continued joy of making music together.
People join and they stay. You know, they find a place there.
When you're smiling. It's a joy that clearly spreads to those they sing to.
I enjoyed it tremendously.
The whole world smiles with you.
The Treble Tones' next concert is December 15th at Holy Nativity Lutheran Church in New Hope.
The Prep Bowl started in 1982 with the opening of the Metrodome. The 2024 version of the state football championship games includes a Maple Grove team playing for another title.
One more win. That's all that's standing between the Maple Grove football team and their second undefeated championship season in 3 years.
Our goal has always been the state championship. It's been the goal since Edina last season, since we got taken out. Our goal has always been the state championship, no matter how we got there.
The end goal is to win it all, and I mean, that's been the mindset the whole year, so.
Last Friday, Maple Grove beat Shakopee 26-14 in the state semifinals for their 12th win of the year. Chuck Lingama rushed for 4 touchdowns, and the Crimson defense held the Sabres to just 103 yards of total offense.
That was probably the number I was most proud of out of everything, was the fact that we kept them to 103 yards of offense. And for a team that was averaging 349 going into it, I thought our boys played really well.
Maple Grove now faces Minnetonka for the Class 6A title, a team they beat in Week 8 after falling behind early 14-0. And of course, the Crimson will be going against a defense headed by their former head coach, Matt Lombardi. But they faced that once already this season.
And we reiterated to the kids again today, though, that really they're playing Minnetonka. Coach Lombardi's coaching them, but really they got to go out and go beat the Minnetonka players, and that's what our focus was today. But it's hard not to overlook that, though, as well.
No matter the outcome, this is the final week of high school football for the seniors here, 17 of them starters. And so they'll enjoy every day with the goal of lifting that state championship trophy come Friday.
It's special. I mean, not a lot of people can say, hey, I made it to the end, I made it to the state championship. I think it's just a big deal for a lot of us seniors. There's 17 of us starting, I think, now. Being able to play with these guys this last week, it's really a special moment to share with them.
It hasn't really set in yet. It's just crazy. It seems like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago I was just like starting football.
All the years of preparation, just like it all comes down to this week and one last go at it to win the state title, so it's pretty awesome.
In Class 4A football, a local team is playing in the Prep Bowl. Totino-Grace is taking part in the program's 13th state championship game. Ches Moots has more on the Eagles.
At the NCS Sports Hall in Blaine, preparation is in place. Ready, set, hit! For the Prep Bowl.
It's kind of been like a surreal moment. Like, we've had that feeling since freshman year that this is what we wanted to do. We wanted to be in the state championship.
During the season, we just kept saying, let's make it a bank, make it a bank. And
set, hit!
got it.
On Friday, Totino-Grace football will play Becker in the Class 4A Prep Bowl. It's the first time the Eagles have played in a state title game since 2016 when TG beat Eden Prairie in the 6A championship.
I mean, I remember I was in my living room with my family. We were watching it. You know, my brother's on the team. He was a kicker. Ivan Burlak was one of my favorite players. I would go up. I got his jersey up in my room. But it was insane, the amount of physicality and just being able to see them on TV, and it's like, wow, I want to be that type of person when I'm older. Now I'm here playing with my team and not having to watch it on my own TV.
The Eagles earned their way into the Prep Bowl, beating Orono 30-21 in the 4A state semifinal.
We've just been meshing everything together, offense, defense getting stops, offense scoring. It's just been a repeated cycle every time.
Now Totino-Grace gears up for Becker, a program that's played in the Prep Bowl 8 times and won 3 state titles.
I'd say Becker's one of the best teams in the state. You know, their defense, they just know how to shut down the run and pass. I mean, just every single time they play.
I mean, they're a high-powered offense. We like to compare ourselves to them, offense to offense, because we do some of the same things. We got speed. They have some big guys. We have some big guys. But, I mean, it's going to be an evenly matched-up game. I mean, we just got to work hard and do our jobs and let the boys play free and play as a team.
Both TG and Becker come into the Class 4A state championship 12-0, having won all their postseason games by double digits. In Blaine, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.